coconut on my stoop. What on earth shall I do? I thought they were from the hood, but it seems I misunderstood. It's like they're white on the inside, but are really brown on the outside. There's a coconut on my stoop, and I don't know if that is good.
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
I'm joking. Hi guys. Welcome to the podcast. There's a coconut on my stoop. TACOMS. Yeah, I'm doing the intro today. Spice it up a little bit. Yeah. I'm here with my sisters, Alita, Yule, and myself. I'm not my own sister, but you know, I'm a person.
Me, myself,
that
and
is
Irene.
a sister.
Subscribe.
Yes. Oh yeah. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to do that. I mean, you can do it now if you really want to, if you really like us, or you can do it at the end when you actually like the video.
Yeah, you know how some people, they do it so well, the subscribe stuff. Like I was watching one lady, she was talking, she's like, wait a minute, what's this? You haven't subscribed yet? Why? Okay, no, of course it was a mistake. Just I'll give you a few minutes.
It's also like,
Okay, great.
Now that you've subscribed.
Exactly.
even I don't know if you watch Britt Cooper. I watch some of her stuff and the way she does her ads. So she'll be talking about the topic, and let's say we're talking about, I don't know, the weather.
Yeah.
And you know, the weather has just been shocking. But you know what's not shocking? Pseudo cream.
yeah.
Yes. You better get yourself some pseudo cream.
Well, we kind of need
Otherwise, you're going to have
sponsors.
shocking nappy rash on that baby's bottom.
We need sponsors before we do that.
No, but it's just so fun to see how they slide in. Some people just don't have the energy. We're going to do ads now. And then they switch to that.
Yeah, but Candace Owens is also getting good at her ads.
She's good at it as
Yeah.
well.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool. But anyway, yes. What is our topic today?
We're talking about the
Schooling system, yeah. Let's talk about. I mean, it's gonna be the South African schooling system in depth. But I mean, if we've got stories from other places, we can add.
Yeah.
But so, what do you guys? When you guys were at school, how was the schooling system?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask what I think about the schooling system. I was going to be like, not a fan at all. But I'll answer this question instead, which is, what did we think about the schooling system when we were children? Loved it. It was the best. And the main reasons for me is because I felt I had a relationship with my teachers. Not that I felt, I did have a relationship with my teachers. I knew they cared for me, and it was just good. Like I felt like I was in an environment where I was a person. I was seen. You know, I wasn't just a number in the crowd. Also, maybe because I'm
And
a
I
little
was
bit of an
living
overachiever,
under her
so
shadow.
it wasn't like I was. I was not the type of child to sit at the back of the class and
hilarious.
just be like, I just want to get through the school year. Now I was like, every time the question came, and sometimes
Were
the
you
teacher
that-
will be like, anybody else but her.
Is there anybody?
Were you that person? Were you that person? Ma'am, you didn't check the homework.
I was totally that person. And one teacher, yes, I think she was just irritated, probably PMSing that day, because I was. I didn't do the homework one. Maybe I did, but
feel like you did.
we had been transitioning to pens, from pencils to pens. Ne? So this other boy that I was always in competition with, he transitioned before me. She was like, "You ready? When are you not?" So I was like, "Fine, it's okay, I can handle this." And so in the next time we had the class, and she was about to start class, I was like, "Ma'am, remember that so and so is writing with a pen." The way she put me in my place, I don't remember what she said, but I remember thinking,
You were in your place.
I shouldn't have said that. So yeah, I was that kid. I loved school, especially English literature, because I loved analyzing poems. I was always the one who would come with the analysis, and my teacher loved me, but sometimes she'd be like, "Okay, please, anybody but Mondisi. Is anybody else here with me?" That's my name.
Anybody else? That's straight
When Donkey was like, "Oh, yeah." I'm sure some of my teachers were like, "Oh, there goes Donkey." No, I'm kidding. They didn't think that. But
Because They Didn't Shake wasn't released out there.
yeah, exactly. But I loved it. I loved the sports. I used to play hockey. I did athletics. I did all the sports, actually. It's just eventually I zoned into the ones that I was good at, which was athletics and hockey And
All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Mo. So I lived under Mo's shadow. I mean, Alita's shadow when she was at school. So everybody would tell me how my sister was.
hey, that's not
When
true.
I went to
That really
school.
happened.
Yes,
Whoa.
especially by the biology teacher.
There has to be some
I'm like,
bonus
ting, ting,
to
ting,
being a
ting.
firstborn. That was one of the bonuses.
No, I love school. On a serious note, yeah, especially the sports. Sports, amazing. Class, hilarious. Crack jokes.
So
Everybody
the
No,
laughed.
the class
Clown.
wasn't hilarious. She was the class clown.
So I was living like it was nice. It was
Oh
nice.
my gosh.
Until you got in trouble. What did you do
I
to
was
the
insane.
teacher?
Ooh, oh my goodness. Those poor teachers. Yes, if I look at my former self, and yes,
feels wrong.
it was, you know, when you do a joke as a child, but you don't even think about what the joke is.
Yeah.
Like, you know how I used to say those lyrics, the songs used to fly over my head.
Yeah.
Like the sex lyrics and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So now we're writing a death threat letter, and even that's flying over my head. The fact that it's a death threat letter.
Death
A whole death
letter.
threat.
Like I didn't think anything of it. It was just like it's not.
It's just a joke. It's fun.
It's not even there.
Let's write a death threat. Yeah.
It's not real. I'm not really threatening you right now.
And then they make this huge hoo-ha about it. Then my dad arrives. And he's just like, as far as I'm concerned, these are kids playing a joke. Because you could see that it's
It was
so
like,
stupid.
wow, you
time.
called me for this.
Yeah,
Wasting
but I mean,
my
because you
time.
could see, like, it also came from, he's like, do you even know what you were doing? You're not even
You're
in
not
with
sure.
it.
It's not there.
Clueless as to what
You
the
know what I
impact
mean?
of your actions are, but that's funny. That
Why?
pops
That
was like,
specific teacher, you just in jail.
No,
Similar-
it was two
was it
teachers. I think it was two teachers. It was the maths teacher.
Who was the maths teacher?
Oh,
Was
was
it-
Miss Gressa.
You did
And I
Miss
love Miss
Gressa.
Gressa. No, why? I really loved her and she was so sweet to me. I don't know
Yeah.
what was going on in my
Gressa
head.
was bomb.
It was myself and... No, I was with someone else.
It was
you know
you
when you're
and
spicing
Linda.
with
it was you
Libudi?
and Linda. It wasn't Nell.
It was
It was
Libudi.
Nell.
Yes.
Oh.
So when you're spicing each other, so I think I don't know like who spiced who, but then it was so dramatic because we were like, what if they take our fingerprints? Let's go get the gloves from our Just For
Was
Me
not
Dark and Lovely Relaxer. So it was so like
Oh my goodness! Wow, you guys wore gloves.
we wore gloves and then we did
Check their
but we
fingerprints.
wore gloves on one hand and then we touched with the other hand. So really it was like. Oh, look, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny back then.
It's like when I watch those true crime stories and they're like, this was not a very clever killer. Like they didn't know what they were doing. Just leave it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I remember the adrenaline of like, okay, cool, we're going to post it outside the door. I'm not posting it outside the door. I think Libudi Vine posted it out under the door. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
And then the intercom the next day, your heart drops to your tummy, literally like ding.
How do they know it was you guys? Did you
I
sign
think there
off
was
your
just
names?
this noise. It was we walked ourselves to the office. I think I walked myself. I don't know what Libudi did, but I think I literally walked myself to the office. I got up from my chair and I went to that office. You hear me? And then they were so traumatized and they're like, yeah, so and so's husband, one of the teacher's husbands, is like, yeah, we should report you to the police. I'm like, you can.
Wow, they threatened you
But
guys
it's
with
so
the police.
yeah, bro. And you know, so and then
They did that to scare you guys. They
yeah,
were
to be
not-
like, what are you doing? Don't do this. And then my dad came and he was just like, ugh, why are you calling me?
Well, I'm just gonna say, when my parents were called in by the school, you know, it was to send me. They were asking for permission because I was selected to go and represent the school at the what was it?
Anglo De Beers.
Oh no, that was just another scenario.
Oh,
I'm talking about
was
the
another
first
one.
time. Yeah.
Didn't you win some dictionary or something?
Well, there was another one,
Oh
but
my
this one.
gosh.
No, there was another one.
Yeah, remember when I was in the newspaper?
Ah, you
For
made
the
it to
Olympics
newspaper.
thing?
Oh yes, that was actually quite cool. I remember that. You had the cutouts and everything. Why were you on the newspaper for the Olympics?
They
thing?
just selected me because they were like, yeah, she's a obedient child who doesn't
child.
play pranks on her teachers.
Yes, you actually could have made
I
the
was
Olympics.
like one of those. Yeah, because I was also in
Olympics for
athletics.
what?
yeah,
but
no,
it
I'm
was-
saying if you really focus, maybe it was like a.
Yeah, because
a
this
moment, yeah.
wasn't necessarily for running. It wasn't because I was running. It was.
It was just selecting
it was
for
some
photos.
Campaign. Yeah,
I remember, yeah.
And I was in those photos. They were like, yeah, we just need children from the school, and they were like, yeah, we'll pick her because she's the.
They did you wrong, babes,
Class
because
person.
number one, they were supposed to pay usage fee and everything.
That was all the payment I needed at that age. I was like, I'm on the newspaper. But also remember the time we were in the magazine. Yes, we were mini.
You were in the magazine?
For
what?
Remember we went to take photos for the wedding? And then we just happened to bump into Miss South Africa and Junior Miss South Africa. And they were like, yeah, let's take photos together with their photographer.
I know. It's so ob stuff. And then remember the time when I was on Sally Matunzi as well, which was so ob. Because Libudi won a thing and invited me to go with her. Yeah. And I was just wearing the most hideous outfit you've ever seen in your life. Because I had no fashion sense and somebody dressed me. Yeah, just pass one over.
Thanks.
So, Mbali, what was your schooling like?
No, school was cool for me, hey? It was... I enjoyed it. I did. But I think inside it was just very much... It's just what you did, what you had to do. I couldn't say like, school was so exciting. I woke up bouncing off the walls every morning, kind of vibes. It wasn't like that. It was just like, oh. But I had a good experience. I think in primary school I was bullied.
You were bullied?
Yeah, they called me crybaby. I'd cry a lot.
Do you realize that you were crying because you were bullied because you cried?
Can I please have my lip
Yes.
If you stopped crying, then you wouldn't be bullied.
Can I please have that? So she'd cry, then bully her, she'd cry some more.
Yes.
Vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle.
You could have put an end to it by holding those tears.
But
bullying
friends
can be really damaging.
Friends-wise, it was great. Teachers' relationships were great, interesting characters, very interesting characters.
Especially the drama teachers, ne?
Oh, yeah.
The arts teachers. It was always they just keep us entertained.
I loved our home economics teacher. She was cool.
Oh, she was such a feminine, blonde and fair. She was such. If it's the same one you had. There was just a lady who was blonde and she was
I
just
didn't
always
have the blonde
girly.
one. I had.
Okay.
She had like not ginger, brownish hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we had a very girly, feminine.
There was even something on Instagram. There was like the Afrikaans teacher starter kit. Kit. What? Starter kit. My bad. Not the starter kit.
What? What you say?
With the hairstyle. The Afrikaans lady hairstyle. The red nails, the 3/4 pants.
And it's the red nails, bro. They always have red nails.
And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was such a thing. But I think always, the relationship was always student-teacher. Very clear, very easy.
Easy like Sunday.
High school was a little scarier. I think just also, I did go to St. Mary's, so it was a very competitive environment. So
I would have thrived.
We would have thrived.
Yeah,
Why parents? Bali deserved to go to Waverly, yes, and Mo and I deserved to go to St. Mary's. But we would have torn that up. Every sport, it would have been out. Hey, when I got come back.
Just leave the cat alone. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed my schooling career.
The only difficult year for me was grade 11 and matric, because in grade 11 they're already telling you the results that are going to matter are your grade 11 results. And you're like, so I'm going to start panicking now. So I was panicking for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was traumatizing. Matric is a traumatizing experience, let me tell you. Because you start thinking you're not going to see your name in the newspaper. Because your whole life is flashing before your eyes. I did not enjoy that. That was the only time I did not enjoy school, those 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure was too much for me. I decided to tap out of it.
So
I decided to tap out on some, okay, I'm going to study what I can study, ne? What I can't study, I'm going to not study. And I am going to go confidently to the exam. Really, you won't see me stressing. I saw in the morning people outside the hall. They're stressing. They're trying to scrape through the last pieces of information. Yeah. And I am happy. Like I was filled with such happiness.
Yeah.
Free.
That's good, actually.
I've never been so free in my life.
Yeah. Did your name appear on that newspaper?
It appeared, bro, with an exemption.
With exemption?
and I appeared,
It
but I
was
was
that
there.
exemption. I think it wasn't even. You knew your name was going to be there.
But
it was
you needed the
exemption.
exemption.
That's what you wanted.
And yeah, and it was there, and I already knew what I wanted to study the arts. You know what I mean? So the other things like maths or whatever, I wasn't too concerned, and I wasn't trying to put up a front, like the cleverest. I'm like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? There's just so many gaps in my maths career.
Yeah.
And so many concepts and formulas I should have gotten down at the lower grades, and I didn't.
Oh, okay. I see what
So
you're saying.
it was
the
late now.
foundations
So now I'm
already-
just making myself panic
yeah.
because of foundations. I was like, no, I'm writing the best maths exam I've ever written
But
in
was
my
that-
life, and it was good.
So those lost foundations, was that a you problem or a school problem, a teacher's problem?
It was a me, school, and parent problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and it's just the way it is, and I feel like this is the problem I have with the schooling system. The schooling system. Okay. So sometimes they group kids, ne? These are the not so clever kids.
Class A, Class B, Class C.
Yeah.
And Class D.
But sometimes you find class A has the best teacher. Instead of the last class having the best teacher. 'cause
no,
the
like
last,
everything in Class D is sleepy mode.
Yeah, it's a sleepy mode. Class D.
Everyone looks like they're asleep.
I was in class D, by the way, so I wasn't there.
No,
Yeah.
I would see them. You would see
It was-
what was going on in Class D. Like, dang, is any?
Are you guys
are you guys-
learning?
Yes.
Are you alive? Is anyone alive in there? I was always between A and B as well.
And
over the years.
me too. And I feel like class D needed focus. You know what I mean? Because you need to bring them through. They need to understand so you can catch them up. And so maybe your classes start to average themselves out rather than you have a prominent class. You know that's the kids that...
But I think
and then
they
also,
don't
why are
want-
some kids clever and why are some kids at the bottom?
My thing is that also the issue is that they also don't want that. They want
It's a
averaging
mentality
out.
of keeping it. They keep
Yes,
it that way.
they need to. There's value put in your distinction students, right? So they're gonna pour in everything into your distinction students. The 5 out of the 120 kids.
Yeah. in that
So
way,
that
yeah.
they can pop up in the newspaper and
Make the
promote
school
the
look
school
good.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because I feel-
but
I agree
also
with
school
my-
needs 100% pass rate. That's also like...
Yeah, so they do enough.
Yeah.
I feel like with classes like Class D, they really, I think it is their plan or part of their strategy to just not pour into them. It's like, let's just get them through. Let's just get these people through. And maybe if they were poured into, they could end up as distinction students, but it's like our job is just to...
But also, I find
it
that
moving.
the kids that struggled the most, like I didn't struggle with academics that much. I just like closer to the end with maths, there was just foundations that were kept.
Yeah.
But most of the kids there's a parallel between problems at home and learning.
Definitely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And also,
Yeah.
I feel like, and also as a parent, like when you see the amount of effort that you have to put for your kids on a daily basis, yo guys, I'm like, it's a lot, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so they can stay afloat, you have to, on top of the work you have and on top of cooking and on top of everything else, you have to read, you have to do spelling, you have to do homework, and then you have to do this. And then there was the extramurals that you have to take, and then you have to also talk to them about life and everything. And it's a lot.
A lot, yeah.
And then if I'm a person that likes to do stuff,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But if I'm already like complaining, I'm thinking of parents that don't do stuff, especially in your places where people experience a lot of issues, your lower LSM, where they experience like real
What's
issues
LSM?
of hunger. Your people in the township real issues of hunger or stress or stuff, and they don't have measures in place of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? How those kids would not do homework and then they would arrive at school and what it is what it is.
But then also
Yeah.
an issue of mine with
And
the
parents still
school
can't
system is that the township people, so even in the class A, B, C, D, the best goes to A, the same goes for like nationwide as well. So the schools in the townships, in the rural areas
Yes,
in
yes,
the what
completely.
They're the
have got the
team.
nonsense teachers. I mean, we were looking at
And
someone's
we're not
report
offending.
recently.
Don't offend. I mean, some teachers, like, not all of them are nonsense, but yeah.
Yeah, not all of them. Yes, correct. But we're looking at something. Someone's report recently. It was a grade 10 student, and they failed the year, right? But they
Dismally.
very dismally. Yeah, like 18%, 2%, 8% kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, sure, okay, so here, Meds, you got 22%. But wait, the class average is 21%.
So you did even
So you did better than that. So you're telling me that, and all the class averages were, I think there was only 1 or 2 subjects, like LO or something,
Yeah.
that was a pass rate. And my thing is, our system, it's just shooting itself in the foot, because if the class average is at 21%, that's not telling me much about the student. It's telling me a lot about the teacher, though.
But I wouldn't say it's a blanket statement to be like it's a nonsense teacher. Yes, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
okay,
we should
sorry
be,
for
we
the
should
nonsense.
Be, and I'm not
Just-
saying there's nothing not wrong with the teacher.
Yeah,
because they
but-
should teach over and above. But whereby I've been a teacher before, right?
Yes.
And I used to dedicate extra time. I'm like, with even my I stayed for kids, make sure they're getting the highest awards. I'm like, you know what is coming? If we're not going below gold here, babes.
Yes.
No, not in my watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So much so that I would sacrifice weekends, you know, with kids to get them through, or make sure guys understand the content. And I also developed my own syllabus. So I got I read I put different syllabuses together with some stuff from the States about drama and film, and also I mixed it in with the gospel, because I believe I was also a drama teacher, and to mix drama with theatre, which has not really been done before. So I had to make all that stuff up.
Wait, drama and theatre have never been done before. What do you
Like
think?
it was
putting
it was a
all
Bible theatre class.
Okay,
You don't
Bible,
ever get a
okay,
Bible
that's the
theatre
part that
class.
is
So I was teaching them through the Bible, but with theatre, and teaching them theatre about theatre and drama and how to act. So I had to put that all together, because I was struggling to find something of its nature. But in that, I poured my heart and soul. Like I do, I'm not leaving a stone unturned here. You know what I mean? I genuinely care about all these kids. They must make it through, even the one at the bottom. But the salary was not salarying.
Yeah, for sure. There are all those factors.
And the debts were piling up, and to the point where like I had to pay for my kids to be at aftercare while I'm teaching, or while I'm doing extra murals, or trying to help them, or trying to build. And I really so desperately, but I didn't have that amount to pay for my kids to aftercare, so the job wasn't working. Yeah? So now put yourself in a township teacher's position. Those guys earn peanuts. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Next to nothing. On top of earning next to nothing, the Constitution really is not really on the side of the teachers. There's a lot that the class pupils can get away with. If a pupil goes, you can't say to a pupil, you're quiet in my
Learner.
class, a learner.
Learner
You
is the
can't say to a
politically
learner,
correct term.
you're disrupting the class, ne? Please get out. You're not allowed to kick a learner out of your class. This is just all stuff that we learned it happened, but it's actually not under Constitution. If a learner knows their rights, they'll be like, no, I'm not going anywhere. You can't do anything about it. They can bully you and live just under the radar, and your job becomes a stressful job, which is at the end of the day is not rewarding. And now with these different Gen Zs and generation, these people with different things, and they're not brought up at home properly, they don't have manners, they don't have respect. Every day, your job is a stress. You're going to teach kids that don't have respect, that couldn't bother to learn. You get a few that want to learn, and you're getting paid peanuts. Why put the effort?
So then,
Somebody
so
explain
you're
to
not
me
going to. So
why
you're just
put the
going to
effort?
leave it.
No, I'm asking a question. Why put the? Give me a reason to put the effort.
Because then we have a country to build.
You building a country which is rewarding me how? Because it feels like I must build, and what does the country give me back? I'm playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah. Okay.
Do
I
you hear
hear
me,
you.
Mo?
No, I absolutely
I hear
hear
you.
you.
But
That's
then
why I think
I'm
it's
just
a calling.
like-
I've always said teaching is a calling.
It is a calling.
People that are willing
Even
to...
as a calling, it's
No, I'm not saying
Yes.
that we expect you to be super teacher, especially under those conditions. but the conditions are what they is, and if you can play a part,
what they is.
What they are, they are what they are, okay. And if you can play a part in changing the future of a country, even though right now it's extremely unpleasant, but obviously that takes a lot of. You need Christ.
Jesus.
You need Jesus.
Jesus
to be in that
To understand
kind of
that you are
space.
making a change,
Yes,
even
that
though
I'm
you don't
making
get a
change,
thank
even though
you.
right now these conditions are really bad. I'm not going to get a thank you. I'm going to be dealing with children that are going to be rude and disrespectful. But if you are in Christ, He is in you. You can be that teacher that changes your class or even your grade. And people say, how come those guys are respectful? How did you get them to listen? How did you get their marks up? But it's that dedication.
because there are those teachers that people are like, we know Mr. Mpondo. Mr. Mpondo, we know it. Hey, he's got his
stuff.
His stuff under control.
Yeah.
If you go into his class, you're going to learn.
But guys, it was easier in the economic times that we came from.
Yeah,
so
for
now
sure.
I'm saying there's extra stresses at home for those
and
teachers.
the salary is bad.
And
I
it's
agree.
not, and it's
But
so
then-
there's so much. They're bad stressed. You hear me what I'm
But
saying?
that's what I'm saying. That's why we're having this conversation, right? Because it is a system issue.
Yeah.
The whole system is bad.
Yeah.
Right? It's not working out because now the teachers are under pressure. The kids are slipping under the radar. They're also under pressure. They're also learning bad things, bad behaviors, because we're allowing TV shows where we see teenagers drinking and doing these things as well.
And
That's
being
a
rude
whole
to
other
teachers.
culture.
Yeah.
And being rude to teachers, And then there's also... There's corruption. There's schools
Yes.
there's schools where the principal is driving a BMW
Yes.
and you're driving
Everybody
into
else is suffering.
like a dilapidated school
Yes,
building.
I was about to say. Yeah,
That
I was
money
about to
should
say.
have gone into building that
Yes.
school.
I was about to say also this thing of principles, bruh. I think a principal, whoever's at the head can make or break.
Yeah.
The
head
entire
is
structure.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
So even when you're speaking about corruption and principles, there's SGBs, right? That will sit and speak about the state of the student governing bodies.
Yeah. Thank
That will sit and talk about the state of the school, what needs fixing. So everything, so now it does that, stuff just doesn't, there's government money out there for these things to be
Yes,
fixed.
it's there. That money
There's
is
no
there.
need for your school sometimes to be looking the way that it is.
Yes.
But you need to follow procedures and protocols. And some people just don't bother with that admin, especially principals. They don't bother to follow up and to make sure, groundsman, have you fixed this? Have you fixed that? And the place just slowly...
Sporting
But they might
facilities.
even take the money. They might even get the money from the government, but they don't fix what they're supposed to fix.
Yeah.
And a principal that also does not hold up the school code of conduct. Ne?
Yeah.
With learners, or doesn't take it seriously, or put measures in place and make sure that those measures are met and other teachers are held into account. Not this
Yes.
whole buddy corruption thing.
Yeah.
You're my
Yeah.
buddy, you did wrong, we're going to sweep it under the carpet. But no, you're going to get a warning. I'm calling you. There's a system that we operate here at this school, which is in a code of conduct. And we run according to that. We don't run according to other gray areas that we have as friendships, or, you want that, we just bought our laptops for the IT department, sponsored by Tata Wena. Tati iPad A1.
Yeah.
For sure, that's what they do.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Just grab one. It's fine, don't worry.
you know what I mean? And it's the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, no. It's such an issue, man. It is from the top.
Yeah,
it's from the
it's from
top
the
within
government.
the school, and then it's
Top
top
within-
within the government as well. There's such a horrible culture that just
Of corruption.
that filters down and just like it gives. I think what's so sad about it is that these kids don't get a proper
Fighting chance. Yeah.
because now you've failed grade 10. And you failed and now you failed grade 10,
Like
which
your
is not
life-
the first grade you failed. So now you're approaching, I think 21 is the cutoff where they can't allow you, you can't be learning with kids now.
Yeah,
You're an adult, so you
yeah.
need to leave.
Yeah.
So now you haven't finished your matric yet. Poverty cycle just round and round.
Yep.
And I mean, even when you're talking about just fixing up the schools and things, a scary stat was said recently by Gayton, who's the new Minister of Basic
Basic Education.
Education,
Yeah.
that only Pardon?
Gayton McKenzie's
No,
arts and
he's-
culture.
Oh, his arts and culture.
Arts, sports and
Yes,
culture.
yes.
His arts and culture
Arts,
things,
sports, and
guys.
culture.
Basically, it was a
Arts,
lady.
sports,
isn't
and
it?
culture.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was saying how only 8% of government schools have sporting facilities.
Yeah, guys.
8%.
Dude, you know what
It's a
shows me
large
Olympics
number.
because we didn't rake up all the...
Where was
But
South African
what-
Olympics?
Yes.
Barely there.
Barely,
Because
but
all
it's
those people
not
had to
because
fund
we're not
themselves,
talented,
yeah.
number
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Not because we're not talented, not
Talent
because
is there.
there's no sporting abilities. The abundance with the stuff. But you can't,
Yeah.
so 92% of kids don't have
They don't have
PE?
those opportunities. There's no PE.
There's no
That's a
sports
lot.
Even
day.
just when I think
No, get
there's
out
no
of here.
sport because when I think back on my schooling days, I used to live for
Sports.
Yeah.
you'd enjoy your academics, great, fine, that was fun.
bruh.
But you know that
it's
when you go,
Wednesday.
PE Wednesdays, you know, you're gonna get that. It's a free period.
And don't
almost.
forget your stuff at home.
Oh,
your
don't you
clothes at
dare.
home. Your
Because then you're
detention.
sitting watching everybody. But you take for granted the fact that, okay, I didn't bring my hockey stick today. There's a whole storeroom full of tennis rackets, hockey
I
sticks,
know.
balls, everything that's
Yeah.
needed.
Just go and pick.
Just go pick one, okay, and you go and play. There was always stuff. There was abundance, and in my mind, all schools have always been like that. And to see and hear such stats, like, so what are they?
So what are they
doing besides the academics? Like, it's
So
it's
after
heartbreaking
school, you
actually.
just go home
No
or hang
extramurals.
around in the streets
Yeah, basically.
or play your own
Soccer or something.
Yes, your own
They have to
soccer
create
on
their
the
own,
side.
their own.
But it's not
extramurals.
organized. You need that organized.
Exactly, because I think the
Sport.
whole point of it being organized, we're not doing it just for fun. There's levels, like you see how some.
I mean,
is moving
water
up
polo,
and
will
all
we
that.
see water polo in the township? Unless some
I
township
don't know
school
why
has
that
water
made
polo.
me laugh.
But
I
like-
can't imagine it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But and things that government schools can have these things if they focus.
No, for sure. But the thing is, it's the government's corruption. It's like, is someone's why? I wish we had government officials that could think about the future and not sabotage the country, because it's
So
sabotage.
we're sabotaging ourselves.
Yes,
guys.
we're sabotaging ourselves.
Ourselves.
If you're going to be greedy now and say, I'm in this position now, you're not qualified for the position, but you got in because of whatever reason, and you're just going to move and shuffle money around and do weird deals. I used to have a client when I used to do hair. She worked at, doesn't matter which government department it was. She worked at one of the departments. And she was like, it's hard for her because as a Christian, she has to say no to, because she's a person that's in the line of
the
procurement. There's a logistical process
I
here.
hear procurement is scary as well.
She's in that line, and ma'am, just sign this off. No, she will refuse to do these things, and she's
And
like,
then they're
I'm
gonna wanna
actually scared
push
for my
her out,
job.
yeah, in
I'm
her
scared that
life.
I'm going to lose my job because I'm expected. It's like how the person before
What's
you used
happening?
to do it. Why are you not
when's
doing
that?
it? Yeah. Why are we having this conversation?
Yes, this is the language. This is the language that speaks here.
Exactly.
And it wants now this is the language that must speak in our country, but we're killing ourselves.
Exactly.
And we're
not
shooting
helping
ourselves in the foot.
Exactly. Like we could have, South Africa could be a blue passport country, guys, if we focused. Because you know the
Didn't even
different
know
colors.
that was a thing.
Yeah, if you, blue is open. You just show your passport. Come in, please. You don't have visa processes. It's the colors matter. Yeah,
That is very interesting.
we could
Yeah.
be.
I wasn't
We
gonna
were
say
well on our
something.
way to that, but then because of the corruption in government, I think it's just going the other way around now. We're going towards
And then I also
brown
want
passports.
And then, yeah.
Sorry.
to bring up the how I don't know if tough is the right word for the kids now. So how now kids are doing homework for 3 hours now. Whereas back in our days it was like a 30-minute
15 to 30 minutes. Quick. Bruh.
to watch Dragon Ball Z or do
Exactly.
whatever.
we enjoyed our afternoons. We were not
Yes.
bogged down with schoolwork after
Yes.
school.
So now this I think it's the CAP system that people tend to complain. And there are parents as well, I've seen on like Facebook, social media, where parents will be like, my child just got home after school and yet then he did sports, so he's only here at 4 and he's got 3 hours worth of homework and then he has to go to bed and think, then when does he become
a person?
When does he just
How
in
things
there,
have really
just
changed.
loiter around?
Yes, and like and the thing also
just be a
in
child
this
people
country,
used to.
if you want your kid to excel like quite a bit in sports, you've got to give them that extra sport, and that extra sport that happens during the week also takes time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's on a club level, and then it's homework, and but also I mean,
Do you
Throw
find that
something
that's the case with you guys
what?
and your kids, that they are stressed under schooling and
Well, no,
sporting
I mean,
activities and things?
they don't know how we lived,
Not mine.
so I am not going to even mention it to them. I act like this is normal, but I'm the one that's stressed behind the scenes.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you've just got home, it's homework time. You know, as if life happens. Except the
Right,
one
we got
time.
home and we just throw the bag there. Maybe take off your uniform. Maybe.
Except the one
Depends
time.
who's
ne?
waiting for you outside to go play.
Except the one time that my daughter kept not doing her extra Afrikaans homework because she's got extra Afrikaans. And then she said to the Afrikaans teacher, says, no, she says that they were doing swimming and extramurals and they're tired.
What?
I'm like, woman, I've never heard them saying that. Did you put that in their minds? You know what I mean? Like, don't be planting stuff in my kids' mind. I don't know if she did, but like for me, it's just like someone can just throw a comment. Look, you did all that. Shoo. No wonder you didn't do your Afrikaans homework.
Sure.
It's like no, they do their homework, but it is they don't enjoy the aspect of just doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's missed. I'm trying to see what type of kids will come out of this one.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I
So
mean?
we had a lot of time to do nothing.
It was just lovely.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
Yeah,
even
it's-
in high school, like yes, I mean you complain as if your schedule is booked, fully booked.
It's so true.
But there was a lot of time of loitering around here.
We would walk home from school, but it
Dude.
wasn't just let's walk home. No. It was walk, maybe stop at the McDonald's, or maybe stop
Yes.
at there's a park there by Griswold when the
Yes.
was like swing for an hour on those swings, and then continue our walk home. Past Pick and Pay,
Chatting,
get
plus your
donuts.
Pick and Pay.
Pick
You
and
have to
Pay
pass Pick and Pay.
donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts and Pick and Pay. And then eventually, okay, we start dispersing because other people lived in Lombardy, or sometimes let's walk with the Lombardy people.
I
We
know,
can
I'm not
walk
saying
back.
and then there's always that dog that you had to run away from as well. So it was just,
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice. Unfortunately, if their life right now is on everything is fast. It's like go.
It's on a schedule. Sure.
And it feels like it's more competitive just because of the stories they come with at school. No one wants to find themselves at the bottom of the
Yes.
barrel.
Yeah.
Which is not something that we really dealt with, you know what I mean? So it's just, I've got to be this, I've got to be that. Sure, so-and-so got 70 merits, you know? It's like...
What about unschooling, guys?
What about
my
unschooling?
No, I saw something
It's
that
not
was
too much.
me, it's
Well,
too much
depends.
work.
Yeah. Sorry.
that was demonizing unschooling. I mean, with everything.
Yeah.
There are parents
'Cause it's out
that
of the norm.
use it to be
Oh, of course, to
lazy
not do
or
anything.
to soft parent.
Yes,
or like
yes.
to-
How do you can't become lazy? Then schooling is hard, man.
You
Because it's
have
the concept
to, now
of,
you are the teacher.
Yes. So if you
You're the
want- you see this-
full-time teacher the whole
the
time.
headphones, right?
Yeah.
The child will be like, when did they create this thing, this package? Was this the first original
No,
design?
you are the
I
history
must find one.
teacher.
No,
You're the history
and these kids
And
can
you're
ask
teaching-
questions. No.
You're teaching them division while they're baking, so this is how, like, and that's a quarter, like, because unschooling is all about learning in your everyday environment. They're not separating maths from the world.
But to be
And-
honest, we should be doing unschooling on an everyday basis anyway.
It really should be.
You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
part
A
of our
life
culture,
thing.
because
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah,
if a
even
child asks,
though your child's in a normal school, it
Yes.
should be part of.
now they're like, "Mommy, what?"
Google it. How do you know how to Google?
That's true, but it's interesting that as well. I don't know if it's just
But
it's
geez,
probably
you've got a lot to say today
Yeah, really.
on this topic.
Because I
Like, but
this
we like the side of you. Carry on.
I'm joking. No.
Tell me what to do.
Yes.
She says that's your life, Mbali. So she knows. Mo knows every person's thing.
Yeah.
What makes every person tick.
Yeah.
She goes, if you want Mbali to do something, don't tell her to do it.
Yeah.
Say the opposite, and then she'll say, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Tell me what to do.
It's true, Shay. I can't even deny it. I
Mo
can't
came to
even
me.
undo it.
Yes, because Mo came to me and she told me this. And then I was like, really? And then I tested it out. I was like, wow, bro, you're a genius. How did you see that?
Tell her. Because you can see, like, sometimes the words don't tell me what to do comes out, but it's the look. You just told me what to do. It's a funny.
I don't want anymore. But
Do you remember your point?
I hope so.
Unschooling.
Unschooling, yes. Oh, yes. How, I don't know if it's an American thing, but how this, in Christianity, there's like this shift. I know that it's always been there, like Christians are the weird homeschooled kids.
Yeah,
Andy
it's a
will tell us
perception.
about this. Yes. But
ask
how
my homeschooling
there's
ones, yeah.
there's more of a shift towards I guess taking your children out of this the system,
Because of all the
right?
stuff that's happening with children
Because
are being...
exactly, are being
where
taught
teachers
dodgy
are
things.
being now the parents and hiding things from
Yes, so now
parents.
Yeah, and also
Christians,
there's
teachers,
no
I
longer
mean,
partnership.
I can't remember what my
teachers
question
can also
was
break a
for
child,
that.
sorry. Teachers can break a child.
Yeah.
With one statement, that's your child done for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all these stories, teacher said I couldn't do it, so
Yep.
you didn't
Dude,
pursue it.
because they
Meanwhile,
are
you're
the
actually
second
good at that thing, you
parent.
just
Second
needed help.
parent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
They are the second parent. I can't remember what the point of why I brought that up was, but
You just brought it up. But I think also while we're on unschooling, like what you were saying when you started was how some parents use it as a way to soft parent. Because I watched quite a few videos on this unschooling thing to see exactly what's going on.
Yes.
And there are those parents that are winning. They're doing the things. You have to be hands-on. You are
Yeah.
there with your child. They're taking their children to open bank accounts, teaching them life. They're there in the garden with them, outside answering their questions. That's what that is in INI. And giving them space to make their own decisions. They're being led.
And getting them
Yes.
involved in social
Getting
circles
them-
for sports
exactly.
or culture.
And then you get those yeah?
remember those went to that unschooling event,
Yes.
and there was that woman. Oh my gosh, she was unschooling, and her children sleep during the day.
The one did not write.
And the one didn't know how to
yeah.
write.
And they work at
these
night.
are,
She was like,
these are
She even
teenagers.
said, does he even know how to write? I was like, he does not write.
They
You don't know
sleep
if your
during
child
the
can
day
write.
and they work at night.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, because
they make their own decisions.
They make their own decisions. And
Like,
I was like,
child,
you
There
still have
has
to
be
raise
structure.
a
You
child.
still have to. That's
why
the
you're a
point I was getting
parent.
to.
Yeah.
Because I saw this one video where the parents are like, they just do anything. They want to eat ice cream at midnight. I'm like, no, that is not what unschooling should be. Otherwise, they don't need you. Go leave them in their own house. Because what you're saying is you don't need me to parent
Yeah,
you.
pay their
to
bills and
raise
leave them in
you.
their own
pay their
house.
bills
Because
and leave
that's
them there.
exactly what
Because
you're
not
doing.
parenting.
Yeah.
Your role is to actually help the child, steer them in the right direction. Yes, see which direction they're going in terms of how they learn, but you still need to guide. You still need to parent. You still need to put
Sure, that's
boundaries.
crazy,
They have no
man.
boundaries.
So, and she was like,
So if
yeah.
someone says no to them one day, what's going to happen?
Dude, and she's like, even the girl, she's introverted. She doesn't like communicate with people. What? So even when you tried to greet the girl, it was...
Because I can do whatever I want. I don't have to
So
preach.
how are they
don't
going
have
to
to
get
greet you.
Wait, guys. How are they going to live in today's society?
I wonder how
So
they
wait,
are now.
here's another question. I am all about.
now, yes.
I'm all about the fact that okay, we may not agree with how society works.
Yeah.
Yes.
We may not agree with the Babylon system as Christians, with the fact that you spend your 9 to 5s
Ish.
working
Ish.
and even taking longer than 5.
Yeah, these days.
You know what I'm saying?
I think people,
And working, keeping yourself working on something, but we know our primary job is the gospel. You know what I mean? But now here you've got that system. And I feel like some people are so afraid of school systems that they're unrealistic. They prep their children to live where?
In
On
which
which
world? How are they going to survive in a world that is in this system?
Because there's no.
We are in
like-
we're not of the world, but we're in the world.
And then
Like,
when
we're
you're
in
gonna
the
go, and then you're gonna go and die, and then how are they gonna eat?
Ish.
And how are they going to survive? Because unfortunately, the system is the way the system is.
Yes.
You have to think about, yes, we don't like the system, but somehow, how can we operate in the system without, while they awake, knowing exactly, they must know what the system is. So you don't have to make them, they don't have to be in the system and be asleep and be like, okay, everything we're doing here is right or whatever.
Yeah.
They can be aware.
Yes.
And they can be creative and they can
Yeah.
think outside the box.
Yeah.
And they can be different and they can propose different ideas of doing things in a different
take
way.
different chances.
But this
Yes.
but they're going to, this is the system they are in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Navigate it as best
Yeah,
you can,
no.
but
Yeah.
you can't live in this bubble. That's really
Exactly.
the important thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And did you want to share a quick, your experience in homeschooling?
No, what Andy to share his experience
Like
in
what it was
homeschooling.
like being homeschooled, how it's impacted his life.
Yeah. Have you been the weird
Yes.
kid growing up?
Yeah.
I never thought I was.
Have you
None
asked
of them
Around
do.
you?
Well,
And for your siblings as well. I mean, are they not here to speak to?
Yeah. So, a roundabout of our homeschooling experience is that I was not one who enjoyed school and had the ability to hide under the radar. And because of that, I was never seen to not be doing anything. And my parents felt, no, this needs to be actually focused on, not let the system take me or not see me until dire end. I think that was also because my parents, my father had recently become a believer, I think. So, it was train up the child in the way that they should go. That's that verse that's used. Not to say it's used in the wrong or unconsciously, but yeah, that was the reason there. Eventually, over just a short period of just bringing all my 3 siblings and myself to be homeschooling at the same time, so I think that was a challenge in itself. And just my mom, yeah. And we would go to like homeschooling events, as well as if there were certain subjects that needed a more professional individual to do it, then we would go to those people. For example, why that was needed as well is that the syllabus that I took, there's certain things you can't just do on your own. You need to have someone observing, professional observing in those times, or it's science and you need the equipment which we didn't have at home.
Did you have a metric dance?
I was
Me?
going to ask
No.
the same question.
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't miss out on a
We
thing.
didn't throw any metric dance,
No,
guys.
you didn't miss out on anything, Andy.
I like that.
Hey?
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't have
for
a
it.
matric dance.
No.
Yeah, hey?
Guys, how were
feel
you
like
going to
something
gather a
was
whole
missing
bunch
in
of
your life?
people? Now you were going to
Sorry?
gather a whole bunch of people and create a metric dance.
Yes, all in the same age. It's a metric dance.
I
It's a
wasn't-
metric dance, guys. So excited.
I did go to a.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
We're having a metric
Okay.
dance.
Okay, moving on. So you asked about how it was for my other siblings. And the 4 of us, we were all quite different, as is natural. So for me, it worked perfectly. I like to do things on my own. But for especially my sister, for Monica, who is very competitive. But if you've got no one to compete against,
Fresh.
you just lose reason.
Yeah,
perform.
motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those sorts of things came up.
Yeah, I can
where
imagine if I was homeschooled, because I'm similar to Monica in
You
that
also-
way. I needed
The extra
Yeah,
push
like-
from your
like
side.
competing
Yeah.
with you today. Who is it today? Who is it?
Yeah.
You know?
which wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I think for the others as well, there was no human fire, just being able to draw from others, just to push through.
Did
so-
your mom have to do like a lot of the pushing through for you guys?
Well,
Almost like
I must confess, And it was difficult because and it's not the same as you guys in terms of age difference, but we were all at school at the same time. So how long, I don't really need to ask, but there was a certain time, Mbali was not in the same high school, primary school as the same time you guys were in. So once you had the ability or someone to focus on that person, but for us, we were all in the same 6 years between the oldest and the youngest. So my mom was having to jump between all of us in a similar sort
grades,
of
yes.
space. And that was a challenge there. And
Did
since
she have a full-time job?
my mom, we were her full-time job.
Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, we were capable that my mom could take off to just focus on us.
And she's a teacher.
And she's a teacher.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was that was where I was going to is I wasn't paying attention until I could see matric mid
Mid-matric.
grade 11.
Yo, Andy, if I was your mom, you're
Mid
going to
grade
drive me
11.
insane, man.
Yeah, let's hear the rest of it.
You are going to drive me insane. I'm like, I can see you're not paying attention. Boy, you better. You needed to grow up in a
Wait,
black
let
lady's
Andy
house, in a
finish.
black woman's house. You know?
And I always tell
Wait,
him,
let Andy finish.
Sorry.
no, it's just-
Y'all be interrupting
Yes,
us too
but
much.
keep
Please
talking.
finish, Andy. No.
Okay, pretty much this
I'm
was
bringing it.
this was the struggle. There is my mom was spending a lot of time on all of us, and when she wasn't with us, and
Kids will be
some of
kids.
us were rebels as well, who were in a similar like, don't tell me how to do it. Okay, I'll receive that, but I'm not going to do it that way. So that was the sort of the variation that worked with as
so
well, and
funny.
especially when it's your mom.
Yeah.
There's no the authority.
That's not a
changes
teacher.
too.
You're not my
Didn't she
teacher.
give you
You're my
rewards?
mom.
Sorry,
Rewards or something.
I think she tried,
Okay.
but some of us like
Yeah, true.
meh.
Yeah, it would go like that, yeah.
Um,
Like when I had to teach my kids during COVID.
so it's like you
I was
said.
like, you all are going to meet Jesus today. No, my daughter was cool. My son, I was like,
But now we've
Listen,
discovered
baby.
that Kai absorbs things in his own way because the results at the end of the year are always
Yeah.
like, what?
yes, yeah, true.
You were listening this whole time?
True, but then he pretends he's not, and then he's just.
He doesn't pretend,
You
it's just the way
you
he
literally
learns.
have given him the answer, and you just want him because you need to go. You're trying to make it easy for you. He's
Yes.
like, I've just given you the answer
It's 3.
now, and then you say, and 17.
No, it's don't tell me what to do. I know you told me 3. Why are you asking me what the answer is? So I'm going to tell you 17.
I'm like, Brandon, please, can you work with Kai? Please, I beg you.
Yeah, no shame.
But he kills it.
Sorry, as much as that may have sounded like, what I do believe it did give us is the ability to learn to work by ourselves and the confidence in getting things done. Because we were left to our own, and that gave us, I think, an ability to take on a problem and to solve it without needing others to make it happen. So as much as in some ways it was a learning process because none of us had done it before, in other ways, as the Lord's perfect design of a family and that thing of knowledge and learning and uniting in that way, I do believe that it was a benefit to us and for what we're going into, as much as other things, it would have worked in a better way. That's the cards we were given, and I do believe though it is a calling. And you do need to know your kids as well.
That's true. I do have a question. I don't know if it's gonna drag the conversation, but I was gonna ask, what did you take from school? What do you have now? What is still very
to all of
alive?
us.
Yeah. What is still very alive now that you can say, yeah, because I went to school, I got this.
Oh, I got the time of my life, yo.
But what's a skill that you have now or knowledge that you have now? We know school was great. We want to know currently, what can you say, this is the thing, this is the valuable thing that I took from there that I'm still...
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is what I'm going to go with. I'm sure there's others probably that are more important, but I'm going to go with the first one.
Yeah.
What I took away from school is to never give up.
Okay.
So first, you don't succeed. And then there's also this thing that I just remembered now. And I thought it was actually a newspaper title that they asked me to make a speech, to do a speech for public speaking. And it was like, sky is the limit for women with wings.
The sky is the limit.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. You just missed the
Oh, sorry. The sky is the limit for the women with wings. And I just felt, maybe that topic was about women first flying and being pilots. But what it did for me was like, it said, there's no ceiling. You can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And so that's like, I was like, there's no ceiling. If you don't succeed, get up and push and just go, go, go.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very different
Way more
experience.
chills than that. Go. Yes.
But
What's
don't
yours?
you find that I'm a go, go, go person?
No, for sure.
Yeah,
no,
you are.
I'm
Legit.
talking it. I ran with it.
There are times when Julia will be like, let's do this, and I'm just like,
Please. And then she's done this episode.
I'm like, let's write a play. Then you guys are like, all of a sudden you're on stage. Y'all never saw it coming.
there are times when you didn't even ask. Remember the last Tiz gig? I was like, what am I doing? What rehearsal is this?
And why am I in Durban right now?
Yeah.
Why am I in Durban?
Anyway.
No,
It was the Beyonce one. It was all the single ladies.
Oh.
Yes. No, I was just saying that's interesting because I think that's one of the... I don't know, I feel like I took negative things from school. But I think, I don't know, maybe it was just the pressure of it all. But like I really felt like school made me devalue myself.
Devalue yourself.
Yeah, like I thought I was so talentless coming out of school.
Sure.
I thought I was so
But you're in a
talentless.
very competitive
Yeah,
school.
your school needed us.
Yeah.
It didn't need you. We would have cleaned up on aisle 7 with that.
Exactly.
No, I think it took me a long time. I even think still now there's elements of it here and still coming out of it. I'm just like, you are a capable person. You can do this.
Because to try to be normal in a school like that is difficult when there's so many fraternities or whatever going on around you, and it's
because I think I really enjoyed the social aspect of school.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have survived in homeschooling because of that. I loved having friends, just chilling, talking, even the activity just of doing school together, was very nice. But I think just just the pressure of it all and from teachers.
I think it's important for
goes,
parents to match their children to the right schools.
Because
It's really important because
I can just imagine assembly there. So and so got colours for what, and just the OAs, just OA everywhere.
You're just sitting there thinking, why am I even here?
This one went to London for a ballet thing because the parents now also have the cash to take them to these clubs.
Those were the worst days. I remember days where you'd sit like you'd get a test that you all did, and everyone would like you're getting it back, and you'd just have to go to the bathroom and cry for like
and those
to stop laughing at these painful moments.
Because I got a 62%.
And those guys are packing with tutors, bruh. Those guys are packing,
but you can't.
No, they're packing with tutors. Those other private school kids.
Yeah.
And you came here because you can afford going here, but the extras are a lot.
The extras, and you put in the things that you put in your heart and your soul in these things, and then it's just you're just not getting where it is, and there's even, especially like with drama, I remember I'd be like, I know surely this is the one area I can do, and I just wasn't, there was no, I think I just needed a little more affirmation.
There was no affirmation. There was no
from
one
my
saying,
teachers. I feel like they were giving me the opposite in mocks.
Listen.
The mocks said, this is not working for you. And I was just...
Wait, listen. When I was at drama school, film school, there was this St. Mary's girl. And she came in, she was 2 years under me. Take us all out. I thought
like,
to
let me
myself,
show y'all
I thought, like,
how
this
it's
cannot
done.
be. I'm like, this cannot be. I was like, we were the best. And then here she comes with her little self. I thought to myself, the level of confidence. I'm like, these St. Mary's girls. I was just like, dude, it was a wonder. I would look at her every time she got on stage and I thought to myself, yo.
Because she was, to use the analogy of the A class, she was the 2% that the teachers pour themselves into and affirm and give them awards and give them everything and call them for everything. When there's opportunities outside of school, they call the same 3 girls all the time.
That's now why there was this extreme...
Just give your sister a hug there, please.
She doesn't like me giving her hugs.
Okay.
Do you think there's now, you know how now everybody gets an award? But you are here.
Yes.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why we've gone to that extreme now?
No, that's too much for me. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you an award. You didn't come to the
because
party.
people are not acknowledged.
I won't give you an award. If you didn't come to the party, no.
So what they should, the best way to do it is pour into everyone and then say, okay, you didn't work, so you're definitely not getting an award. But everybody got the same amount of pouring into, everybody got the same amount of affirmation. So therefore, it's better to now award with a clear conscience of we did the best for all.
And also some people
every
take
child.
longer to find themselves.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're not better than the next person. The person, well, some people take quick to find themselves. Yeah. And then you think this is brilliant. Every
Because
opportunity comes. When you're teaching in class, you're teaching to that person because they get you. The other one is still coming up. You know what I mean? And when they come up, they're going to supersede. It's going to be a butterfly that's got more colors on them as they come out of their cocoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's me.
And you?
I think for me, obviously, I took a lot of good memories, and sometimes I'm just sad that I can never go back to Whitestone and just be there as a kid and enjoy.
Yeah.
Waverley was bomb. But yes, it's the memories and it's the certain skills that just stuck with me that I'll never
Got skill set.
forget.
What was
Yeah, I've
that?
got a particular set of skills.
Like make a man like me. What?
I don't know, very trained up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trained
Over a very long career or something.
When last did you watch Taken? And it's now
A
such
nightmare.
an
Make a man like me a nightmare for a guy like you.
It was good. Because Andy didn't watch, he has never watched it. I was like,
You haven't watched Taken? Come on, Andy. Well, at least now you
Dude, that's
have.
nice for you to watch the
luck.
person watching.
I know.
Because now you go through the information again. You feed off them, bro. You could watch them like this. While they're watching the movie, you're looking at them like this.
You're looking at them and not watching the movie. Like when you know the best parts are coming on, you don't have to tell them about a particular set of skills. You're
And
looking.
then you're like, you're living vicariously through them.
Good luck.
such a real thing.
Yeah, I know. I think there are things that I took away that I'm really grateful for, especially because I love writing. So I remember being affirmed as a creative writer. I remember my teachers just, affirming me in that way. And everything else I've forgotten. I don't remember much about maths.
The raps was nice. The raps was nice. The plays.
Bro, I wasn't a good actress. I would never get told, no. But I think I was starting out. Maybe now, I don't know. You guys say maybe. But starting out, they would say, okay, you have to be angry. I'll never forget, this was my first play. I was an angry something.
She said
It was
Andy.
So they were telling me
She says
I had to be
she's
angry.
coming.
Guys, do you know how many times they would just be like, please, you're not angry, you're smiling. And I'm like, no, I am angry.
I'm angry.
I'm angry. They're like, why are you smiling? Be angry. So that was
angry.
Yeah, no, guys, my acting was horrific. Because I was sensitive to. I'm a sensitive person in general. So when you're not hearing certain things that you think should come, you're like, okay, maybe this is not working for me. Then I started directing.
Yeah.
In your element.
In my element, I could tell people what to do. Don't stand there.
Her
Don't face
element,
like,
guys.
face like this.
I just have to tell everybody.
Oh, I loved it.
Her element is a
directed
comedian.
more.
She's a comedian.
I'm not a comedian.
She acts the things, any character, ask her to do, just put it put on the comments. Any character you want her to do, she does it to the
I
T.
don't know about that.
And then there's this commercial on YouTube
What commercial?
that she was in.
It's not even on YouTube. So anyway, what else? You guys
So
sounded
YouTube,
like
guys. She was
you
in a
guys
TV
sounded like you
commercial.
really had some deep things you took from school. I feel like all I took was my skills in writing, which is actually good. Okay, and we're now done with the
But you were
episode.
affirmed. I mean, not a lot of people can say that
Yeah.
about school. Like, I wasn't affirmed. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much. We're wrapping this episode up. And yeah, thank you guys. Please remember to comment, to subscribe, and to share the video, okay?
Yes, please.
Chicken ligon.
Okay.
Commercial.
Thank you, and
Zombie.
thank God I'm editing this. Mute. Guys, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.